Welcome to our enlightening video on 10 Stoic rules that make women regret losing you. Stoic wisdom. In this profound exploration, we dive deep into the principles of Stoic philosophy and how they can empower you in matters of the heart. Throughout this captivating journey, we'll unveil 10 Stoic rules that serve as guiding principles in fostering meaningful and fulfilling connections. Rooted in ancient wisdom yet profoundly relevant today, these rules offer invaluable insights into building strong, respectful relationships while staying true to oneself. Join us as we delve into the transformative power of Stoic wisdom and discover how implementing these rules can leave a lasting impact on your romantic endeavors. Through practical examples and insightful analysis, you'll gain a deeper understanding of Stoic principles and their application in modern relationships. Don't miss out on this opportunity to enhance your understanding of Stoic wisdom and its profound implications for your love life. Watch until the end of the video to unlock all the insights, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more enriching content. Don't forget to leave a comment, share this video with friends and loved ones, and hit the like button to show your support. Let's embark on this journey of discovery together and unlock the secrets of Stoic wisdom. Number 1. Take your mind off of it. When faced with a situation where someone fails to reciprocate the value you place on them, the powerful philosophy of Stoicism offers a solution: consciously withdrawing your attention. This practice promotes self-respect and equilibrium in relationships. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." By shifting our focus away from that which we cannot control, we regain our inner locus of control. The art of withdrawing attention does not necessitate rudeness or hostility. Rather, it involves setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing self-worth over unrequited efforts. If you find yourself initiating conversations only to receive sporadic replies, consciously abstain from being the instigator. When they reach out, respond politely yet concisely, without emotional investment. Declining unreasonable requests, stating you are occupied elsewhere, reinforces your self-respect while promoting balanced reciprocity. The Stoic Epictetus warned against obsessing over external factors beyond our influence, cautioning that such attachments breed unhappiness. Pulling back bestows the gifts of self-control and fortitude. This shift may awaken remorse in the other party for neglecting your needs when your presence is absent. Ultimately, it realigns your actions with virtue, wisdom, and regard for the self-core Stoic values. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung shed light on this concept through his teachings on consciousness. Jung believed we possess infinite potential for growth and self-actualization, but unconscious attachments and patterns constrict our journey. Withdrawing one's attention allows a conscious redirection toward that which nourishes the soul and propels personal evolution. To embody this practice, cultivate present moment awareness through mindfulness. Observe your thought patterns and where your mind wanders. Evaluate whether these preoccupations align with your values and life objectives. Prioritize endeavors that serve your well-being. Set firm boundaries around situations or individuals that leach your energy. Then, intentionally shift your attention toward uplifting sources, nurturing relationships, personal growth, creative outlets. With diligent implementation, this path liberates you to live with greater clarity, productivity, and peace. Number 2. Strive to be the best. When faced with the anguish of a broken relationship, the temptation to wallow in self-pity or dwell on past mistakes can be strong. However, the Stoic philosophy offers a powerful antidote. Embrace this period as a catalyst for self-actualization. As Epictetus proclaimed, difficulties show a person's character. This solitary juncture presents an invaluable opportunity to focus inward, shed limiting patterns, and emerge as the refined, resilient person you were destined to become. Rather than succumbing to despondency, channel your energies into comprehensive self-improvement. Prioritize physical vigor by committing to a nutritious diet and consistent exercise regimen. As you strengthen your body, your mind too shall experience profound benefits: enhanced confidence, mental clarity, and an overall sense of vitality. The 20th century spiritual leader Paramahansa Yogananda beautifully articulated, "The body is a chariot, revere and tend it, for within its chambers, the soul resides." With this renewed vitality, turn your focus to fortifying your financial footing and exploring new avenues for revenue generation. Perhaps endeavors previously dismissed can now be pursued wholeheartedly. Simultaneously, nurture your spirit through experiences that ignite your passion, savoring culinary delicacies, engaging with arts that stir your soul, embracing activities that uplift you. The Stoic Seneca wisely counseled, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This odyssey of profound personal evolution will require consummate discipline and unwavering commitment. However, each small victory compounds exponentially, progressively recalibrating your self-perception and attracting enriching relationships, mirroring your flourishing esteem. The metamorphosis from caterpillar to butterfly illustrates this visceral transformation. What appears an ending emerges as the catalyst for rebirth into your highest sovereign self. As you embrace this crucible with valor, you embody the Stoic ethos Marcus Aurelius espoused: "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." Approach this crossroads not as tragedy, but as the elixir breathing new life into your noblest values, resilience and self-actualization. For it is in our darkest valleys that the metal of our spirits is tested and fortified. Emerge from this forged healed, philosophically aligned, and thriving in harmonious sovereignty. Number 3. Do not honor her. Idolizing a former romantic partner represents a profoundly unhealthy mindset that strips you of your self-worth. The Stoic philosophy vehemently rejects such behavior, for it breeds misery and delusion. As the revered Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius sagely proclaimed, "Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." If this person truly was the paragon you had elevated them to be, the dissolution of the union would not have occurred. A core Stoic tenet is accepting the impermanence of all external circumstances, for only within can one locate the eternal wisdom to transcend suffering. The esteemed Seneca emphasized, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." The termination of this relationship, while painful, presents a catalyst for growth and self-discovery through thoughtful reflection on the lessons bestowed. Just as a phoenix arises from the ashes of its former existence, so too can you undergo a profound renaissance. The world abounds with individuals capable of appreciating your resplendence. To convince yourself otherwise is to impose artificial limits on your radiant potential. The Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully elucidated, "Our own life has to be our own monument." Honoring this truth manifests the ultimate reverence for your sacrosanct journey. Embrace the Stoic maxim of confronting each moment with pragmatic resolve. The past cannot be amended, but you possess infinite power to alchemize your present into an unbounded future. Rather than dwelling in the void of what was, turn your consciousness toward actualizing the kaleidoscope of possibilities awaiting you. This tragic episode was not the terminus, but the commencement of your most transcendent self still emerging. While the path inward can be arduous, it bears the greatest rewards: unshakable self-respect, galvanized resilience, alignment with your highest values. Maintain devotion to these virtues, and your existence shall be unbounded, replete with profound connections honoring your majesty. The universe did not conspire to abandon you, but to resurrect your sovereign spirit. Embrace this resurrection rhapsodically. Number 4. Become invisible. When faced with the anguish inflicted by another, the Stoic discipline of self-mastery provides an empowering remedy: render yourself psychologically invisible to the transgressor. This entails suspending all communication and denying them access to your sphere until the wounds have mended. As the great Marcus Aurelius declared, the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. By consciously withdrawing your energy, you reclaim control over your inner world. Draw inspiration from the iconic Harry Houdini, master of figurative metaphorical invisibility. Despite his global fame, Houdini retained incredible privacy and mystique offstage through meticulous presence management. He tailored his words, actions and demeanor based on context, blending seamlessly to observe unseen. You too can cultivate this psychological cloaking. When in environments where her presence risks uprootment, apply the tactics of blending and strategic positioning. Adopt the tone of those around you through naturalized dress, speech and movements. Occupy spaces peripheral to the central focal point. Maintain a composed, assured posture free of telling tics or expressions. Like a seasoned spy, you move fluidly while attracting zero undue attention. This period of self-imposed isolating invisibility serves a deeper purpose beyond shielding you from her line of sight. Utilize this Stoic retreat as an odyssey of introspection and self-realization. Immerse yourself in environments, practices and communities that rekindle your passion and zest. Explore new realms of philosophy, creativity or skills acquisition that facilitate transcendence. The Stoic Epictetus, who maintained tranquility despite grotesque injustices, preached focusing solely on what you can control. Though you could not dictate her actions, you command how you respond and emerge from this fraught metamorphosis. Flourish in your own brilliant rebirth, shedding her relinquished perceptions. Like the masterful Houdini, you shall rematerialize in her awareness not as the former self she discarded, but as an elevated phoenix sculpted in self-actualization and enlightened purpose. Where she anticipated a shattered pining specter, she shall bear witness to a being radiating sovereignty and resilience. This presence, once invisible, emerges as an awe-inspiring force reveling in its own dynamic metamorphosis. Number 5. Find more joy. In the depths of sadness, the mind can become a stagnant pool of despair and inertia. Yet the sagacious Stoics beckon us towards the radiance. Choose to cultivate joy intentionally. As Marcus Aurelius declared, very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This current crisis represents a powerful inflection point to realign with your truest values and reignite passionate pursuits. Draw inspiration from the paragon of human potential, Leonardo da Vinci. Despite formidable adversities, Da Vinci epitomized the Renaissance ideal of the vibrantly engaged, multifaceted polymath. He reveled in an endless array of intellectual and creative curiosities: painting, sculpting, engineering, science, mathematics, writing, and more. This kaleidoscopic engagement was his elixir for transcendent fulfillment. Like Da Vinci, you now possess the liberating gift of reclaiming your sovereignty over how you allocate your most precious resource: time. Resuscitate those hobbies and talents that ignited your spirit, yet were neglected to accommodate another's needs. Delve into those literary, artistic, philosophical, or skills-expanding realms you yearn to explore but never prioritized. Join communities, virtual or terrestrial, that unite others entranced by these fertile domains. The Stoic Seneca sagely counseled, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." Let these words be your lighthouse. Be wholeheartedly present in each endeavor, savoring the process over speculative outcomes. As you progress in your chosen avenues, persist in cementing habits of mindfulness and gratitude daily. Like the prolific Da Vinci, who authored works of staggering genius while remaining grounded in simplicity, appreciate the humble joys interwoven throughout each day. The warmth of sunlight caressing your skin, children's laughter upwelling from a park, the aroma of a home-cooked meal. Attune your consciousness to receive these subtle raptures with full presence. Nurture your sacrosanct circle of cherished connections as you simultaneously explore novel territories of self-actualization. Just as Da Vinci was buoyed by deep friendships, allow loved ones to elevate your spirits through their compassion and humor. This duality of pursuing your passion while reciprocating emotional sustenance emulates the balanced Stoic ideal. With steadfast devotion to realigning your energy towards individual joys and growth, you honor the highest calling, vibrant, virtuosic thriving. Transcend the former limitations, embrace your sovereign magnificence, and abundantly flourish into your grandest existential masterpiece. Number 6. Cultivate a strong support network. When life's tempests rage fiercely, the warmth of a nurturing support network can be an indispensable anchor. The Stoic philosophical tradition highlights the paramount importance of cultivating enriching connections aligned with our values. As Marcus Aurelius himself underscored, even mighty rulers cannot persevere without counsel. He relied heavily upon trusted advisors during his most turbulent seasons. Take inspiration from the iconic Nelson Mandela, who embodied resilience through the sustenance of his vast supportive community. During his 27-year unjust incarceration, Mandela drew immense strength from his global network of activists, his resilient wife Winnie, and even from his oppressors, through mastery of the Stoics' armory of self-control, laughter and humor. His unwavering spirit refused to be corroded precisely because he tapped into uplifting energies transcendent of his bleak circumstances. Just as the Stoics preached acceptance of what we cannot control while focusing our efforts inwardly, your immediate priority is to fortify your own vibrant circle. Reach outwardly to those family members, friends, mentors and communities that replenish your soul. Immerse yourself in their compassion, their reassurance, their generative wisdom. Let their empathy and care remind you that your anguish, however searing in this moment, is temporary. You will emerge from this crucible emboldened. Do not merely receive succor passively, but endeavor to reciprocate in kind whenever you can muster the reserves. The Buddhist philosophy beautifully captures this mutual nourishment through the metaphor of two hands. One cannot be filled unless the other is proffered. By engaging in this symbiosis of giving and receiving support, you strengthen the sapphires in your network, while concurrently keeping your own energies afloat. These are the people who will bear witness to and acclaim your eventual victory, your sublime renaissance birthed through the alchemical fires of hardship. Let their faith in you be a mirror through which you may glimpse the brilliance of your imminent triumph. Like Mandela, who sparked a nation's radical transformation through the power of unshakable resilience, your own personal revolution shall prevail. So tether yourself to this luminous community, drawing from their nurturing reserves, while gifting them with your own indomitable courage. By cultivating this reciprocal synergy, echoing Stoic wisdom, you forge an unbreakable foundation. And from these bonds of love and shared purpose, you shall arise resplendently into the sovereign destiny awaiting you. Number 7. Pay attention to the little things. A core tenet of Stoic philosophy is concentrating energy solely on that which we can govern: our own thoughts, actions and reactions. When faced with the sting of another's disregard, the temptation towards despondency can be powerful. However, the Stoics teach us to uphold our self-respect resolutely, regardless of external turbulence. By embodying this ethic, you emanate a commanding presence that may catalyze the other party to retrospectively appreciate your value. Draw inspiration from the iconic Maya Angelou, whose very existence was a triumph of transcendent dignity over dehumanization. Despite enduring horrific injustices, she radiated unshakable poise and grace. As Angelou herself proclaimed, "I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me, I love you. There is an African saying which is, be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt." Like the lotus blossoming immaculately through the murkiest waters, you too can blossom into your most resplendent self through meticulous self-refinement. Invest energy into elevating your aesthetics, procure wardrobe pieces that flatter your physique and amplify an aura of sophistication. Groom yourself with assiduous attention to detail. Carry yourself with an erect posture projecting quiet confidence. Imagine an environment where your paths intersect, you making your entrance radiating the regenerated panache of one profoundly attuned to their self-worth. While she may have anticipated encountering a diminished shadow of your former self, she instead bears witness to one blossomed into sovereignty through dedicated self-mastery. This dissonance plants seeds of remorse and introspection regarding her relinquishment of your virtues. As you circulate, wholly immersed in appreciating the moment rather than attachment to her reactions, others take note of your elevated self-actualization. Admiring energies flow in abundance towards one embodying the Stoic ideals through their dazzling renaissance. This serves not as means for petty vengeance, but as a testament to the transcendent outcomes awaiting those committed to realigned values. The esteemed Angelou sagely reminded us, "You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody." By tending meticulous care to every aspect of your aesthetic conduit and infusing it with soulful dignity, you emerge as a breathtaking force, simultaneously honoring yourself while inspiring reverence in others. An awe-inspiring exemplification of the most exalted Stoic ideals. Number 8. Encourage yourself to get better. In the aftermath of upheaval, the Stoic ethos beckons us to alchemize adversity into enriching self-actualization. This pivotal juncture presents a powerful catalyst for investing wholeheartedly into cultivating your passions, skills and cherished values. As the sublime poetess Maya Angelou eloquently expressed, we devalue ourselves cruelly when we think our mistakes are unforgivable imperfections. Let the iconic Angelou, whose spirit triumphed over myriad injustices, be your consummate guide on this odyssey. Despite being a victim of horrific trauma as a youth, she masterfully transmuted her agony into literary gems reverberating with profound wisdom and resilience. Heed her stirring decree. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Immerse yourself fervently in blossoming those interests and talents you've longed to nurture, but sacrificed to external demands. If music sets your soul ablaze, commit yourself to diligent practice regimens that unveil your latent virtuosity. Should language enthrall you, display the quintessential Stoic virtue of perseverance by rigorously expanding your linguistic palettes. Like Angelou metamorphosing her agonies into empowering narratives of spiritual liberation, you too can sculpt your emerging sovereignty through steadfast dedication. Each mastered musical passage, each new verbal inflection, constitutes another luminous strand interwoven into the radiant tapestry of your rebirth. The Stoic Seneca eloquently crystallized this ethos. There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with. As you progress along this illuminating sojourn, extend your brilliance by generously sharing your elevated joys and hard-won insights with your innermost circle. In doing so, you welcome others as sacred witnesses who can affirm your triumphant reclamation of purpose and self-mastery. Embody Angelou's lyrical invocation. My mission, my reason for being a poet, is hopefully to make you take a deeper look at yourself. Do not merely glimpse this fresh identity, but allow it to consume you rapturously. Like a supernova defying the darkness of the void, blaze forth into the cosmos anew, a sovereign spirit ablaze in the radiant glow of Stoic wisdom transcendently embodied. Your renaissance has commenced, revel in its unbounded ecstasy. Number 9. Practice gratitude and positivity. When life's tempests unleashed their fury upon you, the understandable instinct may be to lapse into rumination over what has been surrendered. Yet the sagacious Stoics provide an empowering paradigm: consciously cultivate an ethos of gratitude and optimism. For as the titan of 20th century literature Albert Camus profoundly articulated, in the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer. Draw inspiration from the iconic Nelson Mandela, whose very existence modeled transcendent resilience through the alchemy of adversity into grace. Despite the grotesque injustices he endured during his 27-year imprisonment, Mandela radiated resolute joy and appreciation for each moment's humblest gifts. His poignant memoir, A Long Walk to Freedom, recounts how he drew strength from the dialogue with the radical Stoic thinker Epictetus, and centering himself in a world of exalted values. In your own grueling season of metaphoric captivity, consciously attune your consciousness to the simple pleasures that abound, however faint their glimmerings. Permit each birdsong's mellifluous trill, each flower's fragrant incense, each reassuring touch from a loved one to permeate your awareness with its splendid mundanity. For it is these subtle raptures that collectively weave the prismatic tapestry of life's grandeur. Establish a daily ritual, whether through contemplative journaling or meditation, to reverentially catalog these exquisite offerings with intentional presence. Let each entry be an alchemical spell metamorphosing the dense clouds of sorrow into profound appreciation. As Camus evoked, in the depths of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. May these reverential incantations awaken the eternal summer garden flourishing within your being. As you honor these ordinary awes with sacred devotion, psychologically aligning with the Stoic principles of experiencing the present moment fully, an extraordinary transformation gradually materializes. The former catalysts for grief seamlessly transmute into reminders of your own incandescent resilience. What was surrendered ceases to be a void, but a liberated space for your highest flourishing to blaze forth uninhibitedly. With steadfast commitment to this spiritual hygiene of gratitude, you initiate a positive feedback loop of generative abundance. The universe cannot resist mirroring your reassured state through a symphony of cooperative consonances. Opportunities, connections, and experiences harmoniously resonate with your vibrant new frequency. Thus, you emerge from the darkness refracted into an iridescent spectrum of purposeful joy and appreciation. An invincible summer eternal, where each sunrise proffers rapturous renewal and your radiant heart sings ecstatic gratitude's rhapsody. Number 10. Accept forgiveness and move on. In the aftermath of profound disruption, the temptation to become mired in anger, bitterness and stagnation can be powerfully seductive. Yet the eternal wisdom of Stoic philosophy illuminates a path towards liberation. Consciously cultivate forgiveness as an instrument of radical self-empowerment. As the luminary Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. so elegantly embodied, forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. Let us draw inspiration from the iconic Nelson Mandela, whose very existence modeled triumphant transcendence through the profound grace of forgiveness. Despite the grotesque injustices he endured during his 27-year captivity, Mandela resolutely absolved his oppressors and chose to elevate truth and reconciliation over vengeance. His poignant memoirs recount how a fellow prisoner preached a doctrine of resilience, faith and forgiveness, grounded in Stoic equanimity. Envision your former self, psyche shackled by the dense chains of anger, hurt and resentment, woven from that wretched experience. With each anguished inhalation, you are compelled to hoist those leaden weights of suffering eternally. Yet the act of forgiveness represents an alchemical key. It dislodges the cankerous shackles, liberating you to breathe freely once more. For forgiveness is not a pardon of what occurred, but a release of the tight, toxic grip it exerts over your sovereign spirit. Certainly, the erasure of justice or pretension that transgressions never materialized would be imprudent. Rather, it is an empowered refusal to remain endlessly victimized, an enlightened insistence upon reclaiming your Everest mind from the dense smog of anger. With steadfast devotion, you may choose to engage in rituals embodying this courageous release. You could author an unsent letter to your offender, purging the well of grievances that is accumulated. Or perhaps meditative journaling to recontextualize the event as a catalyst for philosophical and spiritual fortification. Like smelting raw ore in purifying fires, these processes gradually refine your emotional agony into wisdom's precious essence. For as Mandela and his indomitable comrades exemplified so transcendently, forgiveness represents the consummate affirmation of personal agency. The empowered decree, though you intended me harm, I alchemize your cruelty into an anvil, tempering me into an immortal paragon of dignity, integrity and purpose. No longer crippled by poisonous fixations, you emerge rebirthed into a rarefied existence as sovereign philosopher king. Thus, you liberate yourself from the psychic penitentiary of past wounds through the supreme act of compassionate self-empowerment forgiveness. This sublime choice forges the sacred way for your triumphant inauguration into an Everest existence of virtue, wisdom and boundless prosperity of spirit. The shackles are shed, your soul's renaissance boldly beckons. Embrace this transcendent consecration into your supreme being. As we draw to a close on our exploration of 10 Stoic rules that make women regret losing you Stoic wisdom, let us reflect on the profound insights gained. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we've uncovered timeless principles that empower us to navigate relationships with grace, integrity, and self-respect. By embracing Stoic wisdom, we fortify ourselves against the trials of love and cultivate a mindset of resilience and inner strength. These 10 rules serve as pillars of guidance, offering a path towards fulfilling connections and personal growth. As you embark on your journey armed with these Stoic principles, remember that true wisdom lies not only in understanding but in application. Practice self-awareness, set clear boundaries, and prioritize your well-being while remaining steadfast in your values. We invite you to continue exploring the depths of Stoic wisdom and its transformative potential in your relationships and everyday life. Subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content, and don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Share this video with others seeking guidance, and hit the like button to show your support. Together, let's embrace Stoic wisdom and forge a path towards meaningful connections and lasting fulfillment.